It's been my pleasure to be involved with this event year after year after year. Thank you so much for having me back. We have a fantastic program planned for you all weekend, and I'm pleased to lead off and get us started. I want to tell you a quick story about one of my adventures. I went rock climbing once. It was at a place called Joshua Tree National Park. Where is Joshua Tree? California. And the people that invited me said, listen, we know you've never climbed before. This is going to be a good place for you to start your rock climbing hobby. They were very optimistic. And the reason, I said, why is that? Why is Joshua Tree a good place? And they said, because the rock at Joshua Tree is porous. It's easier to hold on to than rock in other places. I did not find this to be true. So we started to climb this little face. It was only 100 feet face. So how high is the ceiling in here? 20 feet? I don't know. 30 maybe? 20, okay. So there was a 100-foot face, and just to give you perspective, we have 20 feet in here, and if you fall from 100 feet on a rock platform, your head will crack like an eggshell. There is nothing safe about this at all. And it's my first time climbing. I mentioned this fact to the people that were hooking me up with this thing, and they said, don't worry, Michael, we're climbing using a very safe system. It's called the belay system, B-E-L-A-Y, belay. And the interesting thing about the belay system is you're in a harness, and there's like a pulley, like a giant pulley. So one of the ropes goes down to your climbing buddy, and the rope goes up to something called a BFR. It's a technical climbing term that describes the type of rock that the rope is tied to. It's a big... It's a big rock. And so he holds the bottom, and it goes up to the top, and it ties around, it comes back down, and it's tied into my harness, right? So the idea is that I would use this belay system to go up the rock face, essentially like Batman in the show, where my feet are up here, and I'm holding on the rope, and I just keep climbing, right? And about halfway up, all kinds of interesting things start to happen. I start sweating in places I didn't know I could sweat. I cannot feel my fingers anymore. Did you know you have muscles in your fingers? I didn't know that. I was finding out in real time. And I was developing a real anxiety, not only about climbing up to the top, but also coming down, because I knew that most mountain climbers, most rock climbers get hurt on the descent, not the ascent. Why is that? Yeah, you can't see your feet on the way down. See, when you're climbing up, you can see where you're going, but on the way down, you're kind of like feeling around trying to figure it out. So I knew that the worst was ahead of me, and this was building in my head, right? It was kind of like becoming president-elect of a Rotary Club. So somehow, I get to the top of this 100-foot rock face. My first time rock climbing. I feel like I'm lucky to be alive. Forget about it in a sense of accomplishment or achievement. And I said to my rock climbing buddy at the top of the thing, I said to him, well, I'm glad that's over, I said. I think I'm going to go down another way. And he said to me, what do you think? There's an escalator? He said, you got to go down the same way you came up, brother. And that's when I really lost it. And I said, I can't do it. I was seriously developing a case of anxiety. I said, there's no way I'm ever going to get down. He says, Michael, listen to me. You're in a belay system. It's safe. You cannot fall. See, the way the belay system is set up is that you never fall off the mountain. You just dangle against the side of it until you lose consciousness. So it's safe. He says, look, all you have to do, brother, you have to trust me when I tell you this, that the rope will hold you. Trust me, the system will work, the system will work. See, the belay off the top of a 100-foot rock face, you have to rock back into space, trusting that the rope will hold you. You have to be willing to not know what's going to happen.